Oh, here? Yeah. That lot, it's owned by redevelopment. Will be available just temporarily for parking lots.
I'd say, I realize that and I realize from going online and looking at what the Hyatt Palma Company proposed and what you guys accepted, I understand what you guys are going to do here. I'm trying to stay up to speed. However, I think that would be great if we could still use that. That would help the 37th block and half of the 38th block. We're strapped for parking now. Just the 38th block is a very busy block. So, I mean, when the funeral home lets us park there, Divinity and Sam and Diane are great people, and when they have a funeral, I mean, it's nuts on Fridays and Saturdays, just the way it is now. So just knowing that there's going to be all these places, I can go from this meeting and I'll be able to tell my clients, because each day since the last meeting, I'm telling everybody, this is what they're going to do, there'll be parking, so is that going to be able to be used while the streets and sewers go on?
Let me first apologize. I was leaving the funeral coming here. It's a funny thing with progress. Sometimes there comes interruption. Sometimes to get longevity, you got to deal with a short period of agitation. Sure. And that's what we're trying to do. When I came here, people were saying, ain't nobody doing nothing downtown. They won't clean it. They won't do anything. Now, we've begun this Herculean effort to do things that 40, 50 years, nothing has been done. And we're trying to do it right. We're trying to go down and do total reconstruction, to change all the water, the sewer, put in fiber optic conduit, so that in the future you'll be able to have access to fiber optics. And so for this little inconvenience, I tell you, you're going to have years and years and years of tranquility. That's number one. That's my promise to you. We've reached out to everybody and we've asked them, can we all come together and one accord and get past this period? Friday, I talked with the Lighthouse Academy and I asked them, could you just please give us some spaces during this difficult period? And she has pledged that when they finish doing the last asphalting, that they will cordon off a spot for us, and we'll be able to say, business parking only, anyone else parked there, we're going to tour them out.
Where's that? I'm sorry.
The new Lighthouse Church School. There used to be the
school.
Catholic. Yes.
Right next to it.
And I begged on bended knees to just help us through this.
Would that be every day or just on Saturday?
Well, the beautiful thing is, coming into the season, they're going to be out. They're going to have smaller class sizes because of summer school, so that's going to help. But even during the periods that they are in occupation, I told her, if you just can segregate off 10 spots, and we can just say for business parking only, that helps. Same thing, we are set, that same parking space that you're speaking of, the Olympia. I felt that if we could run on parallel tracks and get all the construction done that we wanted, it would be at least amount of inconvenience. But word to the wise was, that spot that you're speaking of is going to be a plaza. We're going to carve that off. It's going to be a plaza where you can go sit, enjoy a tranquil moment, to bring some sculptural features in there just to enhance downtown altogether. We were going to run both of these parallel tracks. Then something say, hold it, delay that project so that we can have full access of that. Some of the contractors ain't happy, because my first inclination, if we can get all this done and do it as fast as we can, and this construction season, people will forgive me when they see the long-term investment we have made. So we're going to delay that. So yes, you will have access to that parking. We sat and talked with the post office. They say they will help us through this period of even the spot they traditionally lock, that they will give us access to that. So we've just been reaching out to everybody. Jerk Chicken, we've asked them, will there be difficulties? Yes, but we're going to start on the west side first, so we're going to be doing half and then flip to the east side and do that. So you know, I just tell you that we try to do everything not to inconvenience you. I think when you see the project in its totality, I think you're going to be pleased. I think when you see the 80-20 facade program that we're offering to businesses, we're trying to breathe new life in here. I think when you see the next layer that we do in 3 to 4 months from here, when we start on the retail of this block right here that you see empty, the old liquor store here is going to be torn down. There's going to be retail in this block. There's going to be retail in the next block. New retail that we're putting up. I just think that you're going to slowly see the pieces come together, and then you see the bigger picture. I know it's a long time coming. It's no completely innocent or easy way to do it, but really, we have your future at heart here. We really do. We really do.
Well, the parking situation sounds way better than it did when we first met, so I mean...
And that's what happens when you put a fire up on it. You made us think and say, we owe you good hard knocks.
I've been here a long time, so has Diane. The sports store's been here forever. I mean, I don't know if you remember Dorothy, that she was on...
Dorothy Hair Palace.
Dorothy used to be here 45. I've been here 35. Believe me, we've waited for this, and we want this. You know, we've wanted this for a long time, so... We want to be able to survive it, so it's this sounds like you guys have done all you can. So and
the same thing, I think if you can look at some of the, we're going to put some angular parking in a couple of the blocks. We're going to stick to the Hyatt Palmer plan. I didn't profess to know it all. We paid them to come in and do the study. A study is useless if you don't follow it to the T. We're going to follow it to the T because we think that here is a company that is part of America downtown. They go all across the country. They've seen it, they've been there, they've done it. And
I researched them,
yeah, that's what they did. They do it all across the country. And so for me to think that I have a better idea, instead of following their blueprint, I'm going to follow it to the T. Along with, you're going to see us constantly coming through this area with policemen that come on foot patrol, that they recommended that. To assure you that they're going to be continuous maintenance, cleaning in this area. That's why we bought the 2 liquor stores, shut those down. That's why the Crystal Palace isn't there, because they say you have to create a certain atmosphere, and people have to feel safe when they move in, because when we get through, this will be an ideal walkable community. And we don't profess that there's going to be big boxes down here. We're fooling ourselves. It's the ma and pa's that will sustain this community. So that's what we're gearing up for.
That's parking availability I've seen for one of these jobs. I mean, you got it pretty good.
She made me aware of this problem when she had the liquor store and they came and they did that section of Broadway. She looked at me, and she now owns DBA. Right. She said, Mayor, please don't tell us 2 days a warning, then you come tearing up the concrete. So she put me on notice because she lived through when they did that section of Broadway right there. And,
that was horrible.
It's like, she's an ally of mine. I need her. If I break my promise to her, she'll remind me again. But she the one that made me aware of how quickly and how little notice that they did the project before. So
now you guys, you've been responsive to, because we were pretty the short notice last time. This was much better notice. You've responded. It's not going to be perfect. We know that. We know that. But we also know we can call you.